folks, it's Sarah. I am in Montana in our shop showroom, which I use to burn when I have top warming ovens or stoves that are too tall for my 30-degree through the wall system located in my showroom. And I have featured the Guliver in cream, and I have a lot of other videos on the Guliver. I've done it in the soapstone and the burgundy, which is beautiful. I don't know though, I really fancy this cream. I think it's really pretty nice. So anyway, I'm excited to have another Guliver here today. I love burning this stove. I'm going to be doing our first burn. So those of you guys who are familiar with this process, it's important to break the stove in slowly for multiple reasons, mainly because it allows the paint to cure. Okay, and so you really want to heat it up nice and slow so that you don't have any flaking of your paint, or also in particular, because this is cast iron, you never want to take cast iron from like an extremely cold temperature to an extremely hot temperature, because it runs the risk of cracking. So you want to build your fire up slowly, get it nice and warm, and then you can get it very hot. The other thing is, when we're doing our first burn, we are actually detoxing the stove as well, because all of this paint and everything is fresh, so it's important to have a good open area. In my shop, I do have a huge shop door that I open during this time, and then I also usually will set up fans as well to help kick that smell out. If you don't have a garage or something like that, honestly, I recommend burning the stove outside before burning it in your house for the first time, especially if you have anyone sensitive in your household. So you can do that by just sticking like a couple of stacks of feet of pipe on your stove in your driveway and do your first burn and burn it for the night out there before you bring it inside. And then that way you won't have any kind of toxic smells. Also, you wouldn't want to like bake in your stove or do any cooking while you're doing your first burn. We want to burn the stove probably at least 2, maybe 3 times before you're going to be baking it. If you were burning it like all day and all night, then probably the next day would be okay to start baking. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get our fire started. We're gonna be starting with a small kindling fire today. So I'm gonna go with probably just this for now. And I do a teepee pattern always. I keep it up off the bottom of the firebox a little bit, so that way we get that combustion airflow located under. And then I stack them up. And get a nice small one for right there. And the goal is we'll get it to a nice even bed of coals, let it heat up slowly. During this process, I'll also give you guys some temperature readings as well, so you can see how it heats up. So I'm not quite all the way full. I'm about just over halfway with my teetered wood, so there's quite a bit of airspace in there. I'm going to go ahead and get it lit up for you guys. So you do want to make sure that your damper controls are going to be wide open here. And we don't want the oven activated yet. And we're going to go ahead and get this done. I got my handy dandy blowtorch. And I love this because I don't use any paper, any bark, any fire starters. It's really easy and clean to get this lit up. It's pretty cold out, maybe about 20 degrees or so my chimney's cold, the stove's cold, but it is still taking off really nicely here. Okay, go ahead and close that. I'm going to pop open this bottom door. And so now it's completely closed, airtight, no smoke coming out. And I'm gonna leave this bottom door open for just a few minutes while I get my initial takeoff going. So you can see it looks really nice. I mean, the flame looks nice, super easy to light. If you've never burned a wood stove before and you're like, can I do this? Absolutely, you totally can. Wood heat is absolutely amazing. The way that it like radiates to your core, the way it radiates to your bones, there's nothing quite like it. If you have body pain, arthritis, that kind of thing, having that dry heat in the household is amazing, especially if you ever flare up during like the cold, wet weather, those stiff feeling. The wood stove can definitely help and make you feel a lot better there. So yeah, anyways, this is our first burn process. I'm going to let this burn for probably about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to give you guys our first set of temperature readings. Minutes into our first burn here, you can see I do have some smoke coming off the top. This is the paint burning off. So I have some fans running in the back to help push this smell out. And I'm going to give you guys our first temperature readings during our first burn. 15 minutes and the center plate is already at 555 degrees. Front corner, 352. Back cooktop is at 356. This little corner plate is located at 316 degrees. Center bar of the stove is at 315. Plate over the oven is at 240. Front corner is at 190 degrees. So you can see we have a variety of temperatures. This top panel on the oven side is sitting at 116 degrees on the top, 77 on the bottom. 83 degrees on the top here, 70 degrees at the bottom. And yeah, this is our 15-minute burn mark temperature reading. I'm going to go into my medium burn, so probably just 3 little logs on top of this bed of coals. It is always nice to go ahead and open up the ash pan. So maybe you can see this kicking up on camera. I think initially when I started, it didn't really look like there was anything going on in there. Opening up that ash pan is like whoosh, really creates a nice, good airflow. And that is a wonderful thing because then when you go to load it, you're not going to get a bunch of smoke or any smoke. So some of these are a little longer, but I can go ahead and stand them vertically. So a little. All right, so what's nice about the Gulliver is you can see that was like too long to put it up near the glass there, but these can stand vertically and you can actually get quite a bit of wood in there when you load them vertically like that. Let me get this on in. Let me think. But actually, I probably should have left the second height trundle out because it does make it a bit more challenging to get your fire loaded. But it is a safety feature because especially if you got kiddos that are new to learning to load the fire, that will definitely help them from having it like fall forward into the glass or fall forward into themselves. So this has been pretty hot. I want to make sure get that one in. And then we just go ahead and do that across the top. Okay, so you can probably hear it crackling. And that's what it looks like going into that medium burn there. Get a bit of airflow to kick it up and keep it going. So yeah, again, after loading the firebox too, it can be nice to leave it open because as you can see, like we're not having any smoke factor when you're loading with that new wood, sometimes if there's very few coals. And that can also make the glass dirty if you have a lot of smoke when reloading. So having this nice takeoff with the airflow on the bottom is great. And the flame, I mean, wow, it looks good, right? So anyhow, we are headed into our medium burn after an hour into this Guliver first burn in the cream model. I'm into my medium burn now. You can see it's kind of a lower flame. I've mostly got coals and one log that's kind of burned down. So I'm gonna give you guys some temperature readings. I have this pot of water on here just for humidity right now. It's pretty dry in Montana. So center cook plate is sitting at 450 degrees. Front corner is 414. Back plate is at 441. The center bar in the cook plate is at, well, 393 in the front, 438 in the back. Rear cook plate 363. Center plate over the oven 336. Front corner 282. Top side panel 163. Bottom 90 degrees on the oven side. 187 on the top and 93 degrees on the bottom. So these are going to be our medium burn temperature readings on the beautiful Guliver Cookstove. We're into our hot burn and I'm going to give you guys some temperature readings. Center cook plate is at 696, front corner 597, front plate 437, rear center plate 595, in the back 676. This little outlet, you have 512 on the back plate. Oven plate center 469, 480 at the back, 430 at the front, and 329 in the corner. So your front closest corner here is going to be your coolest area on the cooktop, and your center cook plate above the firebox is going to be your hottest. These are going to be our hot burn temperature readings during our first burn. I really hope that you guys enjoy seeing these readings, that they're helpful, informational, and educational for you guys. If you like them, please don't forget to give us that thumbs up. Click the subscribe button in the corner of the channel. Thanks for being here. God bless. Have the most wonderful day. Also, share this video with a friend if you think somebody else would enjoy it too. Bye.